Welcome to episode 103 of the Questlore series, Hand in the Sand. Bert works the sand pit in Yanel, and he found a hand in the sand. You offer to lend him a hand. Talking to the drunk captain of the guard who is always in the pub, you hand him a beer, and then he says for you to talk to the wizards in the tower. You ring the bell and Zavistic Rav appears, who recognises that the hand was of one of his top students, Clarence. To find out more information about the matter at hand, he asks you to find out why Bert has been working so many hours recently. Bert hands you his rota, and then you go to Brimhaven to check with his boss Sandy, to see why the hours might have changed recently. You also ask about the murder of a wizard, but Sandy doesn't seem interested. Examining Sandy's rota on the table, you see that it's different from Bert's, but Bert thinks it might have been the magic leaking from the wizard tower that changed his hours. Zavistic Rav thinks that Sandy has a hand in this. He needs you to get a truth serum from Betty in Port Sarim, and he hands you a magical orb to record a conversation with Sandy. First, Betty needs an empty vial, then she needs to make some pink dye from red berries and white berries. This tint makes a rose-tinted lens. Betty places the vial on the table and you stand in the doorway, focusing the light onto it. Now the last ingredient is to add something personal from the person who you want the potion to work on. So you pickpocket Sandy and get a bit of sand, which is added to complete the truth serum. For the potion to work, you just need to dilute it in something, like coffee. First you have to distract Sandy, so you say that there's a small parrot with a pink banana sitting outside his window. While distracted, you add the truth serum to his coffee, and then you see him drink it. Now you activate the magical orb that the wizard handed you, and you ask why Bert's rota is different. Sandy wanted him to work longer hours without pay. Why doesn't Bert remember this? Well, because Sandy bribed the wizard to put a spell on him so he would believe anything that Sandy says. You ask what happened to the wizard, and he says that he killed him so that he wouldn't have to pay the bribe, and then he put the body in the sand. Now with the truth, you return to Zavistic Rav with the conversation recorded on the orb. Next he wants 5 earth runes and a bucket of sand. The sand pit is now automatically filling itself up, which means that Bert no longer needs to collect it from Brimhaven, but he's sad that he's not busy now. Lastly, you have to find the rest of Clarence's body. All the sand pits in the game have been checked except for the one on Entrana, where you find Clarence's head. Bert will now deliver sand to your bank every day, and you can buy runes at the Wizard Tower here in Yanel. Quest complete. Join me next time where I'll explain the lore behind Inakura's Lament.